Okay, well, you know that one of my last videos I showed the Torah scroll crown that was silver given to Donald J. Trump, the 45th President of the United States, and given to him from the Israel Heritage Foundation. Now, I talked all about that and how I plan to be watching when they give the gold crown that was commissioned for a king with a Torah scroll that's been written for the one that's called the Anointed One, also known as the Messiah. So we saw how the presidents have signed into law this no-hide laws from the Jewish rabbis and everything. And so a lot of them have gone to Israel, to the Western Wall, and they've worn the kippah on their head, including, King Charles III wore a velvet kippah on his head. But he is going to be the first anointed king to be going to Israel as king of Britain and the UK. So here's the thing. We just saw Donald Trump meeting with all of the Jewish leaders. Some of them were rabbis, top rabbis, and given this award. And we know that Donald Trump's image is on the coin that they commissioned over in Israel with the third temple on the back of it and portrayed as Cyrus, like the new Cyrus or something. So anyway, just to show you that everybody's kind of in on it, I was kind of shocked a little bit today when I saw on Twitter that RFK Junior today was up in Queens, New York, and met with one of the top rabbis there. And not only that, but he went and visited Rabbi Schneersons' grave, and that was one of the popular rabbis that some of the Jews thought actually that he was the Messiah. And he's actually the one who told Benjamin Netanyahu that Benjamin Netanyahu would be handing over the keys of the government and all to the Messiah. And I just showed you that video made by the Jewish people saying that the Messiah is a king. And so this is not going to be some make-believe king. This is going to be an official king that was coronated with the holy oil from Jerusalem with the olives harvested from the Mount of Olives. And that was part of the holy anointing oil that he was coronated with. So it is an official monarch that they're expecting to place upon that throne. So with having RFK Junior go to the grave site of this Rabbi Schneerson that some of the Jews thought was the Messiah, and he probably placed a stone on the grave. I think they said something about that. Then it showed, his uncle, JFK, and his father, RFK, also meeting with large groups of bearded rabbis with very long beards. And, it's the same thing that we saw in the White House with Donald Trump, surrounded by rabbis, when he signed the Noahide laws back again. And so it's kind of interesting to see all of these different presidents that went to the Western Wall and placed a prayer in there, including Obama, including George Bush, and DeSantis has been there, and RFK Junior and his family murdered members of his family, his father and his uncle, John F. Kennedy. So people were leaving comments, "They killed your uncle and your dad, bro." And all of those kind of comments were underneath the tweet. So that was very interesting to see. But I just wanted to let you know this happened, and that the very person that, Menachem Schneersons said that Netanyahu would hand over the keys to the Messiah, who is going to be a king, and then having RFK Junior today go visit his grave, is really interesting, the timing, and of course being in the time of the morning of Av, they do not drink wine, and they do not, dress in certain clothes. They don't bathe. They don't, they are like in sackcloth and ashes until this time of mourning is up. So incredibly, I got that double rainbow that I filmed on the 3rd of Av, Noah's covenant with the people and the animals that were safe in the ark during the time of grieving for my little animal that died during the mourning time period of Av. So it's very, very interesting that all of this is happening. Sorry, I got a little sunshine just glaring through here. Looks like I have a sunlight beard or something. There we go. That's a little bit better. There. Whew. The sun's hot, too. So, this just happened today, and I guess, he got accused of being anti-Semitic, which is one of the things that they always use and say. And I think, a lot of people are just, speaking their own opinions and truths and everything. So, I guess this was his way of going up there to Queens and meeting with this top rabbi, and then showing all of his ancestors, or his, I shouldn't say ancestors, but his father and his uncle that were in politics, meeting with these bearded rabbis. And I mean, these are really long beards, like, you think, wow, these guys look like maybe the two witnesses will look like that. So I just wanted to let you know that this happened, and that he actually went to Rabbi Schneersons' grave and visited it. So things are kind of ramping up, and we're seeing how involved our government political figures are with the rabbis, and also King Charles III, very embedded and influenced by whatever they say and do and want to do in the future. So I'll just leave it at that and say good night for now. Like, subscribe, and share, and please support me in my work here on my channel. Thank you so much, and keep your eyes open, because things seem to be progressing quite rapidly. So I'll talk to you later. Shalom.